Oh guys, we are back again and you are up here at FC RAMSAY and we are having the watch along from Stamford Bridge, Chelsea facing the likes of Arsenal, the Gunners. Can the Blues get those upset victories? I mean, what is going to be the outcome of this match, because this has much to rely on the points table. Talking about the Premier League table, Manchester United got that victory in this previous game, which we were having that watch along, and it was Leicester at Old Trafford getting those 3 goals defeat under Ruud van Nistelrooy. But over here, this is Chelsea and Arsenal, who are at the 5th and 6th position of the Premier League table, and with just 18 points, 10 points behind Liverpool, the top of the table with Arne Slot, whereas Guardiola's Manchester City are at the second at 23 points, 5 points behind Liverpool, whereas Chelsea and Arsenal are at 18, 10 points. The team getting the win over here with 3 points will move to the third position, because Nottingham Forest got that defeat against Newcastle, though they were having that 1 goal lead in the first half, but that was a comeback moment from Newcastle and they got that. So the winner from Chelsea and Arsenal, the epic clash of this weekend, will crawl to the third position of the table, but with a draw. I mean, if they get a draw, Chelsea will move to the third as well, because they are up with 8 goals difference with 19 points both, as well as Arsenal will move to the fourth. So a draw will give Chelsea the third and Arsenal the fourth positions, but a win will definitely give a third position, whereas the other team will be on the fifth position. So that it is. So here we are for the watch along of Chelsea and Arsenal. And in the starting lineups from Arsenal is their captain Martin Odegaard back to the squad. He is back from injuries. I mean, more than 2 months he was on the bench with injuries. Mikel Arteta in the Premier League this season, he is having a very bad stint, because he is not just having those things, the players not looking that good because of the injuries in the playmaking, as well as the red cards being shown to them. They were down to so many times. I mean, 2 of the times we have witnessed them down to just 10 men. So much of worries for Miguel Arteta with the likes of Havertz, Partey in the midfield, Martinelli and Saka. But yes, they have got the likes of Kivio Zinchenko as well as Navalny from the midfield's defense, as well as Mikel Merino has been dropped and Odegaard, back from his injuries, has been given that starting lineup. His name is there in every household of Arsenal fans. I mean, Gabriel and Saliba are also there. They were in some sort of injuries as well, getting those red cards. But yes, they are back in the squad with the right backs of White and Timber on the left backs, and Samuel Roya being their eminent goalkeeper throughout the season. But yes, Gabriel Jesus, Trossard are there. Injuries of Ricardo Calafiori and Tomiyasu as well as Tierney. But talking about Chelsea, Palmer, Jackson, Pedro Neto, the new signing, Madueke is there, Caicedo, the captain in the midfields, Lavia is there, Colville, Fofana on the centre backs, Cucurella and Gusto on the left backs as well as right backs. But yes, their goalkeeper being Sanchez. But some sort of disappointments, because Jordan Sancho is having some sort of physical discomfort and he is not, whereas Joao Felix, Nkunku and Vega, as well as their signing of Enzo Fernandez, who is on the rumors of some kind of transfers in the Januaries, is also on the lineup. Reece James hasn't been opted, but Gusto has been playing on the right backs for Chelsea. This is the new tactics which Enzo Maresca has been doing, and Reece James has been played on the left backs. But yes, for this game, Cucurella has been opted for that. So that is all for the lineup, and we will move on to the aspect of watch along where you can have the lineups as well to get a watch of here. So here it is. I hope the screen is good as well as the audio and video quality is good. Yes, it is showing excellent over here. This is the lineup which you can watch and have a look over here. So at the Stamford Bridge, is the Stamford Bridge going to, what a shot that was, and a save from Samuel Raya. Chelsea are looking on that prowl. In just 2.5 minutes, that was first scoring opportunity. Palmer with that corner. So yes, many fast movement on the field. Martinelli trying to run hard. So yes, the likes of Martinelli against Gusto as well as the likes of Saka against Cucurella will be a good watch. If Havertz is playing deep line, then these two wingers from the Gunners have to move. But Mikel Arteta having those bad luck in the Premier League, will it add more to their team getting down to 10 men? Chelsea has got many players, Colville, Fofana, I mean, they are having so many players. I mean, they are having bunch of talents. They had a good performance, especially in the first 5 matches of the season. But yes, in just 3 weeks, they have dropped points. But this is a game at Stamford Bridge. Can they make that difference and crawl up back to the third position of the table? Because the team winning over here will crawl up to the third. While if Chelsea just manages to draw points, I mean, if they are with a draw, then they will be at the third, but it will be worry for Arsenal. But if Arsenal gets that win, they will crawl up to the third because the goal difference is that of Chelsea are having that 8 goal difference in their back. Colville and Fofana on the back trying to make those moves. It is Palmer, Gusto with that shot, no, blocked. That is Timber over there. Timber will have the likes of Madueke, whereas Ben White will have to counter Pedro Neto. So these aspects will be too good to watch, as well as Jackson against Saliba and Gabriel. Who is that man who is going to make the difference between these wingers? Caicedo and Lavia on the midfields for Chelsea, they are doing a decent job so far this season. Gusto back to Sanchez. If you call this game, I would go for Chelsea getting a 1 goal win over Arsenal. But yes, Martin Odegaard is back in the squad. So Martin Odegaard and Palmer, can they make those differences in those attacking midfields for their wingers? or with their crosses, or with their shots. Fofana to Cucurella. Fofana one on one against Gabriel. So yes, some sort of fluidity in the field can be seen. Gabriel is up high on those attacking left wings. So Odegaard is back in the squad. Will that yield to some kind of more fluidity which Arsenal can opt for? Arsenal has had a very tough luck this season in the Premier League. I mean, with the injuries, with those cards being shown, players sent off the pitch for the games. Arteta has had a real bad luck this season at Premier League. But Odegaard, their captain, being back, can they capitalize it? Declan Rice with that corner from the left wings with his right foot. What was that? A tackle to Havertz from Gusto. Will that corner be retaken? Yes, it is. So that is the corner again being retaken. Havertz has been called by the referee, and yes, hope the referee Michael Oliver does his job too good. I mean, no type of rusty decisions should be made by him. That is Lavia and Havertz talking to Michael Oliver. Michael Oliver making it straight for the players that if you are going to commit anything wrong, then it will be the pockets in his cards which will be shown. And yes, guys, in the Champions League, the aspects of players getting injured. Declan Rice with that cross. Yes, that is a header. Who was that? Was it Havertz with that header assist? No, Declan Rice again with his left footer. Gabriel was there. Saliba getting that shot. Everything is getting blocked at Stamford Bridge. Rice against Madueke one on the left wings. Gusto, Lavia, Caicedo, Palmer staying deep, not making those runs. Colville, Cucurella. Colville has been a very good defender for Chelsea. When talking about his stats, he does his job too good. Colville for Madueke, yes, he has got it. On the left wings, he is trying to cut in with some boomerang shot, but that was a good block. Madueke playing on those right wings and Neto is on the left wing. So yes, no fluidity from Chelsea so far in the 10 minutes of the game. Corner for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Palmer is going to take that. Will that add to some kind of glory goals early? What a corner that is. But Samuel Royal, look at him. He got his hand safe to it. Some sort of assist for Saka with that shot. But no, it was Sanchez well ahead of the box for that interception. Look at that rusty moment from Colville. Why he just stopped when Samurai was going to take that shot. It was intentional. I mean, would you give a card for such type of moments? Players obstructing the goalkeeper for taking those shots. It is heinous. But are these, stunts on the pitch. Do they deserve a card? Fofana is having a good tackle over here, but it is Timber with that throw. He has got Havertz. No. Is the ball going for a corner? No, that is a goal kick. That was a touch from Fofana in the end, I guess. Sanchez going to take that goal kick. It is to Fofana, Palmer, Quesedo. What a run that was. I mean, Jackson, what was he trying to do with those runs? Why he didn't just give that for a pass? Rice, Gabriel, White, Odegaard on the left midfields, Partey, Saka, White with that cross. Yes, he has delivered, but that was a clearance from Gusto. Gusto was right on the time to the far post and he got that clearance. Number 15 Jackson making those runs in the midfield and against Declan Rice as well as the likes of Partey is just getting those blocks. He is being man marked too well. Ben White, Odegaard, Saka back to White. No, it is a throw. Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Martinelli. Martinelli against Gusto. Can he capitalize it? Dang. This game is looking good, guys. This game is looking good. Gabriel to Rice. Partey to Martinelli. Rice on the left wings. Just look at Rice. He plays so good. Box to box all over the pitch. Everywhere you can watch this player doing all those. That is for Saka. Petroneto against Odegaard. Off for a throw. Ben White to Saliba. Gabriel. Partey is staying deep on the defense when Rice is moving up. Arsenal has got a good combination with the likes of Declan Rice and Partey, both of them going in the midfields as well as in the defensive aspects. They do their job too good. I really like these two players in the midfields. Gabriel high up on the pitch to Martinelli. Martinelli trying to get past Gusto, but yes, Gusto is a good choice. Definitely, Enzo Maresca has made this lineup looking good. The lineups so far in 16 minutes of the game, both the managers have done their good job in the first lineup. Some sort of tackle from Casado to Odegaard. Odegaard is down on the ground. Hope he doesn't get any more injuries because this season he was off the pitch for more than 2 months. He is back. Damn, Caicedo just hits Odegaard straight on his chest. Arteta must be frustrated because of his injuries. He is having a bad luck this season. Palmer is talking to Mikel Oliver, but yes, Caicedo should make those approaches. He is being the captain. Odegaard and Palmer just having some sort of confrontations. This is the quality of good players, guys. You just don't need to go on those verbal disputes. You have to maintain that composure, talk with the referee, and get things clear. That is the much needed aspect instead of going on for a brawl or just rusty challenges. Martinelli on the left wings going for some cross. No. Is that a throw? Yes, in favor of Stamford Bridge. Yes, apart from this game where Chelsea is hosting Arsenal, we are also having a watch along of Stuttgart and Frankfurt, as well as the likes of late in the night. There is Inter Milan against Napoli, and that will be Real Sociedad at their home against the uprising Barcelona under Hansi Flick. That will also be a good watch to have. But as of now, we are having the watch of Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea is hosting Arsenal. And the team winning over here will crawl to the third position of the Premier League table. Pedro Neto on the left wings. Yes, he has gone for that header for Madueke. But I guess Madueke just couldn't get that header too good. Palmer was there with that build up to Neto. Dang, that was a block from Rice. Rice just didn't allow Madueke to get that, whereas Jackson was also there running for the center forwards inside the box. Gabriel to Timber, Rice back to Gabriel, Samuel Raya getting that clearance. White, Saka, good challenge from Cucurella. Yes, he has won it. It is Lavia to Palmer from the left wings. No, that left footer from Palmer is too dangerous, too hot to handle. He is too clinical. He shouldn't be just allowed. That is some opportunity, and it is Jackson who has got it. Palmer, no, denied. Saliba to Raya, that is a clearance. Every time the ball is looking from Raya for Bukayo Saka. Saka winning one-on-one against Colville. No, that is a yellow card for Colville, I guess. Yes. The first booking of this game, and it is Colville from the Stamford Bridge. One-on-one against Bukayo Saka with that ugly challenge. It was too rusty because Saka had already won it. Yes, Saka had just got that edge past him, but unfortunately, with that foul, he gets the first booking of this game. Saka against the likes of the lead back, where he is going to face Cucurella, but when Cucurella is high up on the pitch, that is Colville and Caicedo have to do those man marking for Bukayo Saka because he is lethal on those counter attacks. Declan Rice with that free kick, can he get it converted with some header? Sanchez gets that clearance. Jackson, damn, what a pass that was from Jackson. Mikel Oliver is doing a good refereeing over here on the pitch. He is not looking hasty and making wasted decisions. But that clearance from Sanchez, I mean, he could have just got a good catch of it, but he goes for those deflections. Sanchez to Colville. Look at the positioning of Gusto where he is staying. It is Madueke moving on the right wings. He has got Gusto back to Madueke. No, there was a deflection, but safe for the Arsenal defense. Pedro Neto on the left wings against Ben White. Will he be able to make that cross? Good job from Ben White. Pedro Neto is taking his time. That was some scoring opportunity, and Gusto with that header just a bit wide of the second post. Just look at Pedro Neto against Ben White. Neto took that time, and look what it was. I mean, Gusto was being man marked. I mean, that was Martinelli man marking Gusto inside the box. It was some opportunity. Yes, Gusto was clear of Martinelli. That header just couldn't get right accuracy into the nets. It could have been a goal. So yes, Chelsea has cracked open the Arsenal defense in 24 minutes of gameplay, but Gusto is looking a bit injured on the pitch. Is some sort of substitutions needed? Reece James, will he be called onto the pitch? Gusto had a fall, but his left leg, I think Martinelli has a fall on his left leg. That is what the concern for Gusto. Apart from that, there are no sight of injury for him. Is Gusto moving out or he is staying on the pitch? That is what the question is. Enzo Maresca has big talents. I mean, all talented players are there in the squad making those appearances. He can go for them. No, he hasn't made any substitutions, and it is Gusto who will be called on to the pitch. Caicedo against Martinelli, scoring opportunities for Arsenal. Gusto is still off the pitch. Chelsea is down to 10 men. Odegaard, Saka, make that move, guys. Make that move fast. Ben White to Saka on the right wings. Saka with that cross. Oh my god. It was for Martinelli, but what a clearance that is. So yes, Arsenal just couldn't take that opportunity. Gusto being off the pitch, but he is back for just 1 minute. It was the opportunity which Arsenal could have just taken as Chelsea were down to 10 men, Gusto being off. They couldn't just capitalize that, and it is Gusto back on the pitch. Colville to Sanchez, back to Colville. Colville gets that shot, but it is Saka. Will that get his left footer? No, Martinelli. Yes, no, Martinelli has been denied. Saka's shot denied. Martinelli's shot denied. Chelsea's defense is doing good. They are just getting those obstructions. It is Madueke. No, that is Jackson. Will he give that to Palmer? No. To Madueke with that left footer. Again, that is looking so good both from the defensive aspects of both the teams. Defensively, both of them are doing good. Damn, it is another injury time for Timber. Does that ball hits his face? Sanchez making good saves. Chelsea has got a good goalkeeper in the name of Sanchez. He is doing his job too good. But Colville doing those mistakes against Saka, I think the hole where Arsenal can get a goal is from the likes of Colville, because it is the second mistake of the game. The first one where Saka got that edge and he committed a foul. Colville got his booking, the first booking, and now he makes a pass where it is being blocked by Saka. So yes, Colville against Saka, that will be a win-win situation for Arsenal as of now. Caicedo, Cucurella, Colville, Fofana. Fofana gets that edge past, but there are five Arsenal players dropping down on the defense. No, it is late. Fofana making those moves, looking good. But I don't know that pass from Fofana to Madueke to the right wings. There were three players on the midfields as well as on the left wings. His head should be high up. Just watch the players who are there to get those passes. Partey one-on-one against Caicedo. Rice, Partey, Gabriel, Rice, Gabriel again, Rice, back to Gabriel, Partey. Every time that run is made, I mean, just look at it. Timber is making those runs, but he is not being looked upon by Rice as well as Gabriel on the left wings for Arsenal. Rice back to Partey. Timber has moved down the pitch. Rice has moved up. Partey finding Saliba. That is Saliba for Ben White. Yes, inside the box. No, that is interception from Colville. Saka. Saka one-on-one getting those dribbles. There is Cucurella as well as Pedro Neto. Palmer joins him. Is that a corner? No, a goal kick has been given. What will happen tonight, guys? Are these Stamford Bridge players going to get those 3 points and move up to the third position? Or is it the Gunners taking those 3 points? Or is it that draw? With the draw, Chelsea will move to the third position because they have got those 19 points with it as well as the goal difference of 8. So not of worries for them, but if they get a loss, they will move to the fifth position. Rice, he has got Havertz there, and Havertz has got that goal. What a practice from Rice! He just takes that free kick so fast at the Stamford Bridge, and he passes to Havertz. Havertz gets that chance. The Chelsea players at Stamford Bridge, they are talking to the linesman about some sort of referee decisions to interfere here because that free kick was taken too too short a time and the players were not ready. But Havertz has at last converted it. Just look at it, Rice getting that slaggy movement, and yes, finding Havertz on the pitch. Was Havertz offside? No, I don't think so. Maybe, but Havertz gets that shot too right. But was Havertz offside? That will be a VR check. Yes, checking goal possibilities of some sort of offside. But that was some side of practice because Declan Rice took that free kick in such a freaking short span of time. I mean, at Stamford Bridge, the Chelsea players were not ready. You have to be ready, guys, at Stamford Bridge. You have to be ready. At your home, you need to be those. But look at that positioning from Havertz. Is he looking offside? I mean, it is. I mean, if it is just a hairline. If it is not, damn, he has been given offside. High drama in this game. Havertz has got that offside. What is that? So, will it be a corner? No, I don't think so. Arteta's men trying their best, especially from Declan Rice, trying to get that goal so early in that free kick, getting Havertz in an open space inside the box. But yes, he somehow gets it into the nets. But in the end, that is offside by VAR. Damn, just look at it. Premier League is up for anything which you can get. Oh, white to rice. Do you guys think that what Declan Rice did was it that good? I mean, yes, if the referee has called for that gameplay to start, you have to get it. It is the fault of the Chelsea players who are not getting those positions quite good. You have to get it right. I mean, when the game is on, you have to be on the pitch. You have to take those chances. Yes, United getting that win today. I mean, Van Nistelrooy is really proving it good. He is doing good. He has done it again today. Van Nistelrooy getting those win, and definitely he is proving good for the United. What is going to happen today, guys? What is going to happen today? This will be a good watch. Who will move to the third position of the Premier League table? That is some sort of injuries on the field, but who is that injured? Is that some sort of booking? I don't think so. That was the suspect Ben White, and yes, he has got that booking. So three cards being shown: Colville and Pedro Neto from the Stamford Bridge, whereas the Gunners has got Ben White with that booking. Talking about the referee Michael Oliver, he is doing his job good. He is just having the view of the field as well as the players. He is taking his time for those decisions and he is doing good. Raya to Saliba, Saliba to Timber. No, that is Gabriel. Rice, that was Partey making that through ball for Rice. Jackson Palmer inside the box. No, denied by Partey. Saka against Cucurella. It is looking good, guys. Bukayo Saka against Cucurella as well as Martinelli against Gusto. The performance of the team as a whole is looking good, but yes, all in all, none have been that much impressive so far. It is a good tactical game going on by both the teams as well as from the defensive aspects. Both are doing so good. Timber to Saliba, Gabriel, Partey is down. I mean, in this game, I have seen that from the centre backs, the likes of Gabriel and Saliba making those passes, it has just sunken down. And yes, Pedro Neto is doing good, especially on those defensive aspects. That was for Jackson, but he just couldn't get a touch to it. But do you guys think that there is movement on the left midfields, especially from the left backs and the right backs? That is to Martinelli. He is one on one against Gusto. Gusto is going for those press. Back to Saliba. Martinelli to Partey. Saka. Yes, Saka has got it, but Cucurella is doing his job good. Ben White with that throw, he has got Havertz. Partey for Martinelli. 42 minutes of gameplay. That is Martinelli inside the box. But that was Gusto with that challenge inside the box. He is safe and that is offside. Otherwise, it would have been a corner for Chelsea. I mean, for Arsenal. Yes, he was offside. Even Odegaard and Saka were. Just look at it. Martinelli is making those moves. But Martinelli against Gusto, as I am saying again, as well as the likes of Cucurella against Saka. The job is being done too good. But yes, Arsenal has got that total number of shots 5 times, whereas Chelsea has got those 7 shots. This is looking too good. But can they have that edge in just early first half? I mean, on the verge of completion of the first half, can any of the team get that edge past the nets? Jackson is not looking good. I mean, his moves, he is not making those passes. He is carrying the ball bit long, whereas he has to get those first touch. But he is looking to carry that ball much. That is a free kick at Stamford Bridge. Cole Palmer going to take it. Palmer, but that was a block. Palmer again outside the box. That is a good defensive aspect from the Gunners in this pitch. 45 minutes are over. 3 minutes of added time in the first half. Is any of those blues or the reds are going to get those goals in the added time? 3 minutes of the first half, or is it going to be just a draw? Maduke and Jackson, they are not getting those, I mean, winning edges, but it is the like of Palmer who is creating those imbalances, especially for Arsenal. Whereas Pedro Neto is doing those defensive jobs. But talking about Fofana, he has done good. Only that is the aspect of Colville. He has got those 2 mistakes. Cucurella and Saka, good match. Pedro Neto and Ben White, good match. Gusto Martinelli, great competition going on. And as well as Timber and Madueke are also doing their job good. So, ooh, will there be any worries for Mikel Arteta or Enzo Maresca to go for those early substitutions in the second half, or will they rely on this game front up to the 68th minutes or maybe high to get those goals? That is another free kick Palmer is going to take, but is that far off the pitch, or will he get that converted? Palmer gets it, but no, he just couldn't clear the defense wall. Colville, Gusto, back to Colville. Odegaard is making those press, but that is Neto not getting that first touch good. It is Saka. Neto joins with Cucurella. Saliba to Gabriel. Gabriel to Raya. Samuel Raya trying to find Saka, but that is Ben White to Casedo, Cucurella. Palmer is there. Will Palmer get it? It is Pedro Neto. Why is he not making that pass to Jackson? He is late. Damn. Pedro Neto is making those passes bit late in those counters. He has got Jackson running there on the center forwards. That is the end of the first half, and the referee has blown the whistle. Stamford Bridge, if you are talking about, they have created those chances, but to be that lethal, the most defining aspect was that from that of Arsenal getting those clear chances. Just look at it, what happened in the first half of this. Palmer getting that early 3 minute scoring opportunity, and that was a save. That was Gusto in the 6 minutes. Chelsea getting back on back attacks. Partey on the 10th minute. White again on the 10th minute. Madueke on the 11th. Saka on the 14th. Madueke again on the 19th. Gusto 24th. Saka 27th minute. Martinelli 27. Madueke again. Palmer, Jackson, Palmer, 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 Palmer. Everywhere Palmer, 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 Palmer from Chelsea. But where are the likes of Madueke as well as Jackson getting those shots? Everywhere you have seen that this is Palmer, Palmer, Palmer. Look at it. 3 minutes Palmer. Then Gusto, Partey, White, Madueke. Yes, Madueke gets one. Saka, Madueke 2. Gusto 2, Madueke 2. Madueke 3. Palmer 1, Palmer 2, Palmer 3. So yes, Palmer and Madueke making those. But what about Jackson? What about Neto? What are they doing? Look at this lineup. When all the shots are being taken by Palmer, when all the shots are being taken by Madueke and that of Gusto. So it is the right midfields which is getting overspeeded with the likes of Timber because Rice is moving high up on the pitch. That is where they are making those differences, and it is against Gabriel. Looky shooky woo. Whereas, look at over here, there are 9 shots taken by the Stamford Bridge, the men in blue, whereas the Gunners with only 5 shots, 1 on target by both. 1 big chances for both. 164 passes. Chelsea is going for those counters, but where are those passes which Pedro Neto is making for Jackson? Those two combinations are lacking. And yes, a total of 3 corners, 2 plus 1. But yes, 164, 85% pass accuracy for Stamford Bridge for the home team is a bit annoying. I won't accept that. But whereas talking about the Gunners, in those passes they have been doing good. I mean, at home, if you are playing, you are making those 164 passes. This is damn annoying. You have to improve that. But yes, the number of shots being taken is 9. That is good. But I don't think that that will add much because on target that was only 1. Oh. So that is it. The table which is still high is that Liverpool is at the top, City and the second, 5 points behind. Chelsea with this draw, I told you earlier on the stream that Chelsea, if they get a draw with the advantage of the goal difference, they will move to the third, while Arsenal with this draw will move to the fourth. But yes, if that is Chelsea getting that win, then Arsenal will move down to the 7th position. No, that is my mistake. That will be 18. Yes, that they will move to the 7th position. While Chelsea with this win will stay over here. But if they get a defeat, I mean, that will be bad. That will be bad. They will move to the 7th. So, yes, the team winning over here goes to the third. With a draw, both of them will be at third and fourth, with the goal difference being in favor of Chelsea, 2 goals high. But if Arsenal gets a defeat, 7th, Chelsea gets a defeat, 7th. So who is going to be at the 7th position? Or it is going to be a draw at Stamford Bridge and Chelsea just consolidating with that goal difference and staying at the number 3rd. But yes, Nottingham Forest getting that defeat today has dropped to the 5th, whereas Brighton getting that win over City has moved to the 6th. And yes, today the matches were that of Manchester United, which we had Van Nistelrooy taking that team too good into those formations, into those characters, getting those motivations, has crawled up to 4 points in the Premier League table with 4 matches. A bit watch to look if Ruben Amorim is going to come. What is he going to do? Or is it the Arne Slot way that they are going to be at the top? But for Liverpool, I would say again that Liverpool, most of the seasons, they do so good in the first half of the season. I mean, in the era of Jurgen Klopp, they have been seen doing so good, but yes, some sort of deficiencies are there where they get bit reluctant, bit lazy in the second half, the start of the second half of the season, and they lose few points. Hope this will not be a concern this season, and there won't be major transfers from Liverpool also this season. But anything can happen. Time will tell definitely about it. We are here for the watch along between Chelsea and Arsenal, and who is going to crop up the table is the watch for here. Apart from that, there is a match going on between Stuttgart and Frankfurt 2 in the Bundesliga round 10 at the MHP Arena, where Stuttgart is hosting against Frankfurt. And the playmaking of Frankfurt from ATTK. Just look at this lineup, guys. I mean, the players ATTK, Marmoush, they both are creating those damages, and Frankfurt has got these two players where they are contributing for so many assists, so many goals in the Bundesliga table as well. And it is that Stuttgart is getting that one goal deficiency at their home against Frankfurt, and this is the player Etiteke and Marmoush contributing for those fast counter attacks, which is looking too lethal. Because yes, on the winter transfers, Marmoush is on the high list of many clubs. So what is in going to be store for Frankfurt after the winters will be a watch out. But in this game against Stuttgart, they are doing good. But we are watching this game of Chelsea and Arsenal, the epic showdown of the Premier League of this weekend. And definitely, what will be the substitutions? Is it necessary for Mikel Arteta to make those substitutions, or is it Enzo Maresca going for those substitutions? Just look at the options. It is Badiashile, Reece James, a Drabiogo on the defensive aspects for Chelsea, whereas Enzo Fernandez, that huge millions of transfer for Fernandez, he is not on the starting lineup for Enzo Maresca. Whereas Vega and Kunku, Felix are there, whereas Mudrik will also come up for those attacks. On the aspect of the Gunners, Kivio Zinchenko and on the centre backs, and Nwaneri, the young player with the experienced Jorginho in the midfields, as well as the new transfer Mikel Merino on the list. Whereas Kelly, Jesus, and Trossard will be seen on the forwards, but will Gabriel Jesus come and make the difference, or it is Leonardo Trossard, the super sub, who will make the difference? But yes, Martin Odegaard is back after 2 months on the starting lineup. It will be too tough for Arteta to make those substitutions. But as the injuries of Jordan Sancho for Chelsea, as well as Tierney, Calafiori, and Tomiyasu for Arsenal, will those just hit up the bench? What is going to be in store for the Stamford Bridge against the Gunners? Will they crawl to the third spot? We will have a watch in the second half. So yes, do stay tuned to it, guys. And yes, those of you who are watching the stream, those give us those likes, those share, and those subscribe moment. We will be back. There is a break going on, and in just 1 minute, I will be also back. I will take a just break of 1 minute. Do stay tuned, guys. In the second half, who is going to conquer? We will have a watch of it. Stay tuned. Game has started. Yes, the players are on the pitch. Ah, what a night it is. Having back to back watch along of three games. This is too big. The players are on the pitch for the second half. What is in store? What is in store for the second half? Any substitutions being made? No. Chelsea gets the ball rolling again for the second half with no substitutions, as well as the Gunners not opting for any substitution. So it will be the late second half where we will witness those substitutions coming in. That is what in store for this clash at Stamford Bridge. Cole Palmer running on with the ball, and that is Partey. But what a save that was from Raya. Just look at it. Samuel Raya at Stamford Bridge, he is looking like a monster. Declan Rice, Partey, White, Saka, Saka back to Rice, White, Saliba to Raya. That is Gabriel, Partey, Rice, back to Partey, Saliba to White. Some sort of passing spaces not being found by the Gunners. Gabriel to Samuel Raya. Samuel Raya to that Havertz. Yes, he has got. That was timber, but unfortunately he just couldn't get the first touch so good. Ben White against Neto. Palmer. Palmer to Neto. He has Jackson. He has Palmer. No. He has the possession. Cucurella to Lavia. Back to Fofana. Gusto. That is Medioke against Martinelli on the right wings. What? Samuel Raya has got some sight of adhesive on his gloves and he is getting those grips too good. Colville to Casedo, Neto, Cucurella, Lavia, Fofana. Fofana moving high up on the pitch. Medioke. Back to Fofana, Casedo, Lavia, Fofana again. This can be bit rusty for Chelsea because some sort of counters. That was Medioke with his left footer outside the box, but that shot was nowhere near the post. What a wide shot that was from Medioke. As talking about the first half, yes, Medioke as well as Jackson, they are having some lead moment. They are not making those moves which can be seen. But yes, Palmer at Stamford Bridge with those free kicks just couldn't get those free kicks good, and it was a good block by the defensive wall of the Gunners. Saka, he is on the pitch against Cucurella. Look at that defense from Cucurella. He is a monster too. Saka to Rice, Martinelli. Martinelli with that right footer cross. Will he get any header? No, that is Ben White. But none of the Gunners could get a touch to it. Martinelli with his head up looking at the far post makes that. That was a curler from him. but it was just too much power on it for the Gunners to take some sort of position with it. Madueke finding Jackson, no denied. Timber, this game will yield something after the 70th minute, guys. Mark my words, after the 70th minutes, when the inverted backs, they will get tired and some sort of fresh legs will be needed. That is the substitution from the attackers of both the teams. They will just make those moves. Gabriel to Martinelli. Yes, he has found Martinelli inside the box. Martinelli goes for his right footer, but that was a block from Fofana. What a good defensive aspect at Stamford Bridge. Madueke got Jackson on the right wings. On the edge of the box, Jackson goes, but back to Gusto. Gusto to Lavia. Palmer. Palmer to Lavia. Quesedo. Lavia. Quesedo. Fofana. Colville. Colville has got Palmer. Palmer on the left midfields, trying to get past Saliba, but defensive aspect of both the teams are looking so good in this game. So yes, Palmer going to take that corner from the left wings with his left foot. Some sort of rusty goal was there in the first half where Declan Rice found Havertz early, but that was given offside by VAR. That was the only scoring stance which we had in the first half, and in the second half still none of them has been able to reach the post with the ball. Madueke on the left wings. That was that was Madueke taking those right wing left footer curlers, and it was Fofana high up on those edge of, I mean, he was inside the box. He got a touch to it, but that wasn't just enough. That was just high above the crossbar. How can you just deny that? So yes, Chelsea are having those good moments at Stamford Bridge. They are making those shots, but on target, very few of them are going to be. So is the ball going to be inside the nets, or they are going to make those shots only? The numbers are counting about the shots, but on target, I mean, just a one shot was there which was on target by them. Caicedo against Rice. Rice wins it. Madueke to Lavia. Palmer. Palmer stretching the field to Neto. Neto on the left wings. But yes, Ben White against Neto is a very good job which Ben White is doing. Palmer to Lavia. The ball is in the midfield, stretching to Neto on the left wings. Left wings, Pedro Neto makes that cross, but Madueke was too close, just overlapping Jackson. Gusto, Gusto to Colville. Neto again. Most of the attacks coming from the left wings at Stamford Bridge in the second half. Cucurella to Lavia. He has got that shot. It was Gusto out of the box. It is Madueke again. Will he go for that curler? No. He has got Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto is not making those crosses which is required. Just look at it, guys. I mean, he has been able to make a cross, but at that time, the pairings of Madueke and Jackson were nowhere near the far post. They were deep into the center of the box. This combination is not looking to get some result. You have to make those changes. That is Cucurella with that deflection. Back to Madueke. Cucurella is talking to the referee about something. What has Cucurella just told the referee, and the referee has blown the whistle? What is it going on? Damn, Havertz is bleeding. Havertz is bleeding. That is a yellow card for Havertz for not going off the pitch. Mikel Arteta has all the types of bad luck in the Premier League. When Havertz was not even knowing that he is bleeding, and the referee, upon the insist of Cucurella, just asked him to go off the pitch to take some medical aid, and Havertz was not just following that. What? What a throw that was from Timber. What is this going on? Timber is, I think, buying time for Havertz to get on the pitch. But no, Havertz is still taking those. No, Havertz is back on the ground. Odegaard on the left wings, but that is a clearance from Stamford Bridge. Gabriel, Partey, Martinelli, Martinelli on the left wings. Gabriel, he has found Timber. That was Caicedo with that tackle to Timber. Things are getting heated up at Stamford Bridge. Mikel Oliver, the referee on field, has much job to do for the rest half of this match. Talking about spaces, very less space for both the teams. What a tackle that is Jackson doing. Jackson just pushed Gabriel so hard. Havertz finally onto the pitch with a bandana on his head. But how Havertz got that cut on his head? Gunners getting those free kick movements with the aid of Rice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players on the edge of the box for the Gunners. Rice with that free kick. Damn, that was straight to Raya. Declan Rice just couldn't have a good free kick out of it. I mean, that was Sanchez from Chelsea. My mistake, guys. Colville, Neto. Why is Neto not trying to change the flanks when he is getting those passes? Every time Neto is getting that ball, he is looking straight in that direction, whereas he could just change the flanks. Arsenal on the edge of the box with Havertz and Odegaard. Partey back to Odegaard. Odegaard with his left foot curler. That is Martinelli. What is Martinelli doing? Martinelli has got that goal at Stamford Bridge. It is the Gunners getting their first goal lead. That was a good assist from Odegaard, and he is back from injuries after 2 months. Just look at that assist. I want to have that repeat just now. What a lead this will be. This win can take Arsenal to the third spot, whereas Chelsea will drop down to the seventh spot if this goal lead stays up to the 90th minutes. Martinelli is enjoying it. That was a good conversion by him against Sanchez. He was onto the first post. Just look at it. It was Odegaard to Partey. Partey back to Odegaard. Odegaard was on the edge of the box. None of the Arsenal players are offside. It was to Martinelli. Martinelli just getting it right to the first post. That was a good conversion from Martinelli. There was Saka also, but he just went for that shot and it was just past Sanchez close to his hand from the first post itself. Damn, Sanchez even got a slight touch to it. Just look at it. The ball was down. Sanchez got a touch to it, but then also from the first post, it was Martinelli taking that edge and Odegaard doing those assists. Odegaard back to the team. He is contributing to it and he has done the damage. Arteta must be of some side of relief with this goal. It is already 61 minutes on the clock. Substitution times are high on the clock right now. So Stamford Bridge losing at their home, or they are going for those equalizers because the likes of Jackson and Madueke, they are not looking lethal for today's game. Sanchez to Caicedo. Caicedo to Cucurella. Yes, Chelsea has now opened up their formation. Going for Pedro Neto. The transfer of this season. But that is Ben White with that tackle. Had a fall. Pedro Neto gets a card over here. No, Mikel Oliver, the referee, is doing a good job in this game. That was a good moment. That was really a good moment. And Arsenal are doing that stint. They have made those good moments over here. This is damn good. This is damn good. That was the first goal from Kai Havertz with the assist of Declan Rice, but that was too quick and it was ruled offside by VAR. And it is that second goal which Martinelli gets it converted by that. I mean, Martin Odegaard, what a presence on the field he has, and he just gives it right to Martinelli. Martinelli just converts it too good. So yes, Arsenal back on the track. Just look at it, guys. I will show the table which will be just changing its slot time to time with the matches being played, and it is the likes of one goal from Martinelli. Arsenal has moved to the top, whereas Chelsea has crawled to the sixth position. So yes, this is all it is. The Premier League table is crawling high up. That is 63 minutes on the clock. Some sort of scoring opportunities for Arsenal inside the box, but Sanchez gets a hand to it, and that is some sort of deflection. Stamford Bridge has just denied Arsenal of another scoring opportunity from inside the box. The formation of Chelsea has just spread and they are now looking to opening up. That is Fofana moving high up on the pitch. But yes, Arsenal, if you say they have been defensively well, but most of the goals being scored this season Against Arsenal, they have considered late after the 80th minutes. That is another aspect for Arsenal, but that was because the injuries were there. That is Mediocre on the right wings trying to get past Martinelli. Yes, he is. That is Partey with that clearance. Fofana to Gusto. Gusto to Sanchez. Colville. That is a missed pass. Odegaard has won it with that press. There is Saka, Havertz as well as Rice inside the box. But what is he going to do? No, that is some sort of block from Colville. Chelsea is opening up. This is the high time. They have to open up. That is Timber speeding away. He is on the box. My God. Timber just moved into the edge of the box and he got that shot. But it was bit wide from the second post. Just look at wide. Damn, no, that was too wide. So no worries for Raya. Lavia is looking injured. Tension building up. The pressure on the players are resulting in those muscle relaxation movements needed in the midfields, especially for Lavia. Look at that assist from Martin Odegaard. I mean, that goal, which is being again shown on the screen. Martinelli just scoring it against Sanchez, and it was just between Sanchez and the first post. Sanchez got a touch to it, but that deflection was just not enough to deny Martinelli a goal. This game is looking good. Can Chelsea get that equalizer, or it is the Gunners going their way? That is the 100 million transfer Fernandes from Chelsea going to make his move on the pitch, and I think it is Lavia who is going to be substituted. Yes, Lavia has been substituted, and Enzo Fernandez, the Argentine player, is onto the pitch. Can he make that difference? Because he is not on the first lineup, the choice for Enzo Maresca in this game. I mean, in this season as well. He has stuck to Lavia. Damn, that is a two substitution. Mudrik is also being substituted. I mean, he is on for substitution and it is mediocre. Mudrik is also on the pitch, guys. That substitution has been made. So that is the likes of Mudrik in place of mediocre, but still Enzo Maresca is persisting with Jackson. I don't know why he is not calling up Christopher Nkunku as well as Joao Felix, because Jackson is not looking good on the pitch, and it was Mediocre also not going that great, as well as the likes of Neto. He has to got Christopher Nkunku as well as Joao Felix back. With the substitutions of Jackson and Neto, they have to be made those substitutions. But what is Enzo Maresca waiting for? It is already 68 minutes on the clock. You have to get those substitutions. that is some scoring opportunity. Damn, look at Neto with that shot. He gets it converted. That is what Enzo Maresca was waiting. Neto being the transfer, he has got his job and he has just leveled scores at Stamford Bridge. But just have a look of that goal again. Were the Arsenal players not ready for it? I mean, Samuel Raya just couldn't have a touch to it. What a comeback moment for the Chelsea players. In 70 minutes, Enzo Fernandez from the midfield with his substitution gives that to Neto. Neto was left unmarked. He just get that space and he scores it. That is a chance given. That is a chance given by the Gunners. They they have just given that opportunity for Pedro Neto to score. He was left there unmarked. Enzo Fernandez got that pass to him. He was good. And he has just got that equalizer right. I mean, the first goal being scored was 68th minutes, and it is just 10 minutes with that lead. Arsenal conceding, and it is Pedro Neto getting that opportunity with that pass, and the Premier League table again with this equalizer. Chelsea has moved to the third spot, whereas the likes of Arsenal moving to the fourth spot. So yes, the fight for the third and the fourth spot going on between this clash of the Premier League this weekend. Odegaard tries to find Havertz. No, there was interception. Partey too wide. Saka. Saka is being man marked by Cucurella too good. And now it is Mudryk for those assists to Cucurella on the left backs. Saka again. Saka has found. Damn, that was Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino got that substitution and he was inside that box. But he just couldn't get that good. Mikel Merino and Leonardo Trossard, the two substitutions being made onto the pitch. So what is going to be in store for both the teams? Substitutions being made on the 78 minutes. Mikel Merino and Trossard, whereas Fernandes and Mudryk coming onto the pitch. This game is looking good, guys. This game is looking good. So is there any chance of, I mean, this is the table, just have a watch over here how this table is going to change time and again with the goals scored. Marino again on the box. He has got those moves. He is seen unmarked inside the box. That was some sort of assist from Odegaard again. Odegaard upon his mark on the field back from the injuries is proving worthy. Now it's the Gunners who are making those moves, pressing high up on the pitch. Saliba to Partey, White, White for Havertz. There is Trossard as well as Merino inside the box. That is a good challenge from Fofana. Arteta is talking to Mikel. He is shouting at him. That is Jackson one on one. Can he get that? And it is Jackson. But was the flag? Yes, the flag was raised. Jackson was bit early on that run. It was supposed to be that second goal if he would have just run on that exact time. So yes, first move from Jackson, which was seen quite good and productive. But unfortunately, that run was made bit early and that was offside. Ben White, Mikel Merino, back to White, Trossard, Saliba, Partey, Partey back to Saliba, Odegaard, Odegaard making his passes, Havertz, Rice, still 15 minutes plus stoppage time. Gusto, Neto has moved to the right wings. Neto again with that left cross. No, that was a block. Pedro Neto from the right wings is looking lethal, especially after that second half goal. While Mudryk has been on the substitution and he has moved to the left wings, Pedro Neto from the right wings, he is looking lethal. Saliba to Odegaard. Odegaard is moving bit to the right for his left foot curlers and assist. Gabriel to Saliba. Partey. Miguel Merino. Odegaard. Odegaard has that for Saka, but that was a good interception from Cucurella. Cucurella in this match is doing too good. Cucurella is really doing too good. But yes, Mikel Merino in the midfield, he is making those moves. What a pass that was from Partey. That was Jackson trying to sum inside the box, but no one was there to get that. Partey again. Timber. Gabriel. Raya. Saliba. Partey. Partey has got Ben White. That is Havertz. It is Odegaard. He is outside the box. It is Trossard cutting in with that shot from his right foot. But yes, well denied. Gabriel. Saliba again in the build up to Saka. Saka from the right wings against Cucurella. Yes, he is inside the box. But that was straight for Sanchez. Sanchez just couldn't get a grip of it, but he was safe. Damn, Saka is looking some sort of injury on his thighs. Pressure building up, guys. Pressure building up. That is Mikel Oliver showing that booking. That is Cucurella getting that booking. But what was that for? Just look at that challenge from Cucurella to Saka. That is what he got that booking. So yes, Mikel Oliver is doing his job of the on-field referee too good. He is doing it too good. So what is the Premier League table going to look? Is it going to be Chelsea at number 3 and Arsenal at 4 with this draw, or someone is dropping down the positions in the table? Gabriel Jesus finally making his movement. Saka is called off the pitch. That is the pressure where you are playing away and against the fans. They're booing, their banters. It is that your body doesn't permit. Colville to Cucurella, Fernandez, Mudrik. Yes, Mudrik has got it. That is a good challenge. So yes, finally Chelsea going with the substitution of Reece James. So is that Gusto going to be substituted? Yes, Gusto has done his job and it is finally Reece James coming onto the pitch. Reece James has been seen playing on the left backs by Maresca for the past 2 to 3 games. So yes, Reece James, can he make those contributions? But no, this time Reece James is on the right backs. Damn. Endo Maresca making it unpredictable, making those substitutions. Cucurella staying on the left backs. Reece James staying there. That is some opportunity and it is one-on-one against Raya. No. Raya has denied it with his early press. Gabriel Jesus denied by Cucurella and Enzo Fernandez. This game is heating up. 82 minutes on the clock. Can the substitutions make those difference? It is the two wingers, Neto as well as Martinelli, going for those goals. Reece James with that cross inside the box. Casado, Enzo, Reece James going inside the box. That is a header. Damn, Jackson, what a header was that? He should have taken that shot. Why he went for that header? Raya to Partey, Merino, Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Odegaard again, back to Partey, Merino, building up from the midfields, back to Saliba, Jesus to Partey, Merino, Timber, Merino again. That is a challenge from Caicedo, and the referee has blown his whistle. So yes, a free kick for the Gunners. 84 minutes on the clock. No cards being shown. Trossard and Odegaard staying for those free kicks. Is that Trossard or is it Odegaard? Odegaard has got those assists in his bags. Will he deliver that Free kick so good. Odegaard gets that cross. Yes, that was damn right in that position. Partey with that kick trying to get it, but yes, the Stamford Bridge wall has just denied Arsenal of any shooting opportunities from that area of the box. So yes, Chelsea are going for that draw. They are being satisfied with it, or they are going for that lead because it is 85 minutes. So 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in this game. Sanchez going to take that free kick long off the pitch. Party interception gets it. For Jesus, no. Havertz was there. So yes, Chelsea are now moving high up on those centre back lineups. Chelsea are moving high on those centre back lineups. Will they go for those offside traps? Partey to Havertz. Partey for Trossard. Trossard against Neto. Trossard wins. Merino. That was a good block. Simon Raya with that interception. Gabriel. Merino. Trossard. Trossard to the left wings. Trying to cut in. No. Will he cut in or go? Yes, he is cut in. That is Odegaard with his left footer, but no. Partey with that interception, yes, he has got it, but Enzo Fernandez is too strong for Partey. Jesus to Partey, Odegaard again, Odegaard to Havertz on the right wings. That is Jesus, he has cut in, that is some sort of scoring opportunity. What a miss, that was Trossard. That was a scoring opportunity. Gabriel Jesus making those incisive runs, and he just gets the ball right in the pitch inside the box. Havertz, no, that was offside, I guess. Gabriel Jesus for Michael Merino, but he misses it, and it was Trossard fortunate to get that. Damn, Sanchez too gets a touch to it with his chest. So yes, finally Jackson is off, and that is the super sub Christopher Nkunku. Lots of expectations from this player Christopher Nkunku because he was seen much of his time under injuries at Chelsea. But is he going to make those contributions because he is that player who can make those changes? Look at that substitution from Jesus. I mean, Arteta has made those substitutions. Mikel Merino, Gabriel Jesus, Trossard. Talking about the first two, they have made those differences. Trossard also got chances. But yes, it is up to them to convert it. They have to be that clinical. They can't just give away those chances because Trossard was there. I mean, just few meters outside the post, he had to just shot it and he just couldn't get it converted. It was a wide shot. Partey, Mikel Merino, Mikel Merino against Neto, against Nkunku. Yes, he wins it. Partey to Odegaard. Odegaard to Gabriel Jesus. That is a tackle from Modric. Cucurella. Tackle from Saliba again. Ben White with that throw. Jesus. Jesus to Ben White. Jesus again. Partey. Partey to Saliba. White again. No, that is Jesus. Havertz. Jesus. Enzo Fernandez making those defensive midfield movements so damn good. Enzo Fernandez to Palmer. But yes, Chelsea is not making those counters. They are staying deep down on their defense because they know what is the need of the hour. They have to defend it. So 90 minutes up, and that is total of 5 minutes added on to this. So yes, 5 minutes added on for this game to yield some result. Only 5 minutes of stoppage time. Is it going to be this draw? I mean, with this, Chelsea will crawl up to the third while Arsenal will be at fourth. Nkunku one-on-one against Saliba, no, denied. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Neto on the right wings with his left curler. Yes, he has got. Whoa, that was some scoring opportunity for Palmer as well as Nkunku. But yes, that is a disappointment. None of them could get a touch to it. After these substitutions, Pedro Neto from the right wings, he was looking too good. That is Trossard, he is moving in, he has got Odegaard, but both of them were too, in the center of the pitch. Five minutes of stoppage time, already 2 minutes are over, 3 minutes left in the stoppage time. Is that a corner? Yes, that is a corner being awarded for the Gunners. 3 for the Gunners, 4 for the Stamford Bridge. The number of corners being taken. That is Ben White with that cross. It was for Gabriel, but no, the flags are raised. It was offside. Ooh, what will be the end result of this game? Edge to edge, so close. Both the teams scoring, but none can get those 3 points. Caicedo, Fofana, Colville, back to Fofana, Caicedo, Palmer, Modric, Modric with that cross for Neto. No, it was a huge touch to it. That is some sort of opportunity for Timber to counter. No, denied. Caicedo is playing like a monster in the midfield. 3 minutes of stoppage time are over. Only 2 minutes left. Trossard with that position on the left wings. Merino, Odegaard, Cucurella with that challenge. Damn, look at Gabriel Jesus was there, but Odegaard was well tackled by Cucurella. Cucurella has a fall, but is that a foul? That was Martin Odegaard with that challenge. But no cards being shown on the pitch. Mikel Oliver talking about his decisions. He has done damn good being a referee on the field. That is a free kick at Stamford Bridge late in the stoppage time. Fofana, Modric, Modric trying to get past Jesus, no, denied. Cucurella with that throw. Enzo, Cucurella, Modric. That is a goal kick being awarded for the Gunners. 95 minutes on the clock. Ha ha ha. 1 minute of stoppage time left. Who is going to get those 3 points, or will this be the end of sharing away the points at Stamford Bridge? White, Merino. Merino has found Timber on the left wings. Trossard. Trossard has got Odegaard. He is there. Saliba, what a touch would have that from Havertz. He just couldn't get a touch to it. There was Trossard also on the box. Just look at it. That assist from Odegaard. No, that was offside. No, that was offside. That pass from Odegaard, it was offside. But yes, then also Trossard couldn't get a touch of it. Yes, Trossard, if you would say after his substitutions onto the field, damn, Mikel Arteta is down to the ground in the sidelines. So yes, the referee has blown the whistle, and this comes the end of the epic. I mean, what a showdown it was. But to me, if you say the Premier League table, which is standing over here, is that of Chelsea drawing points, sharing away those points with the Gunners at their home ground of Stamford Bridge, I would say that Arsenal played good. But I mean, Stamford Bridge, Chelsea playing like this was not that much efficient. So yes, this has resulted. I mean, what do you want? Just look at it. I mean, the table where it is the likes of Manchester City dropping down points against Liverpool, whereas Chelsea with this draw getting to the third, Arsenal fourth, Nottingham Forest with that loss today dropping points to fifth, Brighton with that early night win over City getting to the sixth, Newcastle has crawled up to the eighth position with their win. So that is all for today, guys. But yes, if you expect me to say that who was the winner in between Chelsea and Arsenal today, I would say that the Gunners played good, because in the total number of passes made, where Chelsea were so down in the first half, in the second half they made those recovery, as well as they made those comebacks. But a total of 17 shots being taken by the Chelsea player at their home ground of Stamford Bridge, and only 3 shots on target. I mean, that is annoying. That is annoying. Whereas Arsenal getting, I mean, on the edgy, if you say that Arsenal getting those 12 shots, 3 on target, but they have got those 3 big chances, especially from the likes of Trossard, Havertz. It was Pedro Neto's goal that just brought that, I mean, comeback for Chelsea. But from Arsenal, it was a decent performance. Yes, there was the pressure of Stamford Bridge, the fans. So Arsenal couldn't have that performance. Then also they have to share away the points. A total of 12 fouls committed by both, whereas Chelsea again with 4 corners at their home of Stamford Bridge just couldn't get one more goal lead over Arsenal. And yes, they have crawled up the table. This was a good game. We had a good watch along of this, and there are matches of Inter Milan against Napoli in the Serie A late tonight, as well as Real Sociedad facing against Barcelona late. We will be having a watch along of that also, if our body permits, if our eyes permit. We will definitely go for that if it is possible. And yes, those of you who are watching the stream, do give us those like, share and subscribe moments, because those are definitely a good cherish for it. And talking about that, if you say who won Chelsea and Arsenal, it is a draw. Both have to just share away the points. And at the top of the table is Liverpool whereas City and then comes Chelsea and then there is Arsenal, but there is a 9 point difference between the top of the table Arne Slot's men who are doing too good. So that is all for this stream. We will be definitely back with the watch along of Inter and Napoli as well as that of Real Sociedad and Barcelona late this night. It is just 1 hour and 15 minutes to go for that match. If our eyes permit and if our body permits, we will definitely do that watch along. So, yes, stay tuned to FC Ramsay, and those of you who had watched us, do give those like, share, and subscribe. Those moments are really too good for us. We cherish it. So, in the end, bye bye. Not a good night for now because Inter Milan and Napoli in the Serie A as well as Real Sociedad and Barcelona, we will get to watch those also. So stay tuned to it. Tomorrow morning we will be having those compiled videos of all the matches from the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, the La Liga. We will be covering up all with the transfer rumors which are spreading on the web. So yes, do stay tuned to FC Ramsay and bye bye. Good night as of now, and we will be back with Inter and Napoli if our body permits, as well as Real Sociedad and Barcelona. Till then, keep going.